Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and we are going to update the EZA DOKKANFEST TUR list. We just had Int Kid Goku come out. I've used him quite a bit. I would still say I need more time with him. I feel like I could accurately rank him here, but I do definitely want more time using this character. It's the thing about these EZA TURs, right, is many of these characters, their performances can be so up and down. Tech Vegeta Blue, right? Like, what happens if the first 3 rotations he triple supers? This guy's going to be insane, right? But what happens if he does what he always does for me, which is where he supers once and then it's a parade of normals, right? Like, he's like, you know, mid or mediocre. So think about a lot of these EZA TUR characters. They can have vastly different performances based upon a number of factors. It's like, clearly with these EZA TURs, Dokkan wants to sort of have characters that buff, like, whatever major team is sort of going on at the moment, but not really, like overtake anything, right? Just like, these characters aren't just meant to be an option added to whatever team, right? You know, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku for Pan's team. I guess this guy was meant for Carnival Goku's team. Cooler is meant for those cooler teams, right? And this cooler as well, right? I don't know what in the hell you're supposed to be, though. This guy sucks. Terrible. All right, let's just jump in. We're going to grab the first 2 right here, right away, right out the gate. I got Super 17 at 10. I feel like he does still merit inclusion on this list. Then we have S-Tier Ultimate Gohan at 9. I actually flipped them from the list in September. I've been doing quite a bit more runs in the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, and I would definitely say Super 17 is still solid, but like the Wicked Bloodline fights, dude, these fights just come out and they're slapping the dog shit out of you right away, right? You do not have time to safely build stuff like this up in a lot of these crazy fights, right? And Super 17, his teams are, nah, man. You could use this guy on LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team. This unit, like, is not, like, that's not actually the worst pairing ever, right? Like, using this character like LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you could do it. But it's just like, this unit can get cooked very fast. We'll see what's going to happen with the Android team. The Android team can easily be super top tier, but they need, like, a legitimate leader, which they don't have right now, right? The Android team does not have, like, a major leader. And then Ultimate Gohan, I have just found him to be very useful. He can lose you fights, absolutely, but this guy can also win you fights. Utilizing him on some of these teams, he can be very good at times. I do like this character, right? Like many of these EZA TURs, his performance can vastly go up and down, right? Based on a number of factors. But I am comfortable, just off of the account, I think the teams Gohan is on are much better than Super 17's. And I feel like Gohan, I mean, I don't know, if Super 17 has to get blasted right away, but, like, you can't, the thing about this guy is, unless there's, like, support, like, he's next to, like, 19 and 20 or something like that early, it's like, him in slot 1 early on, even in those fights, he could take a lot of damage, right? You want to keep that in mind. Next, we have Evolution Blue Vegeta. Crazy that this guy's at 8 now. Damn. It's like, you know, as more releases come out during the year, right, these characters, just begin falling. This guy is definitely very solid. All of these EZA TURs definitely have an RNG aspect to them that determines, like, how crazy they are. This guy becomes quite a bit better, I think, once he transforms, right? He has a 40% chance to evolve or transform starting from the 4th turn, right? It's like, if you're going up against, Red Zone Broly, and this asshole just decides not to transform, that could be very annoying. This guy defensively is a lot better after he transforms, and then once you build up these crits, he could start to get really dirty towards the end, right? He could be very, very nasty. All in all, I would say I do like this unit quite a bit. Definitely a very solid character. But, there's just RNG on him transforming and building up and stuff like that. He's good, though. This was a really good EZA. Like, if they would just make sure that units are at least on this guy's level, like, in relation to the meta and stuff like that, on release, I'm okay with that. Next, we have Turles. I mean, Turles and Blue Vegeta, I feel like I've been neck and neck, like, since they both released. Turles, very strong. Nice addition to Cooler's teams. I could potentially see myself maybe raising Turles up in these rankings if, like, super class enemies were actually, like, a thing. Right now, like, basically the 20 hardest fights, the 19 red zone fights plus Cell Max are all villains. So that hurts Turles, who, is going to be much better defensively and make the rotation much better defensively once you're fighting superclass enemies. I do think superclass enemies, right? Like, damn, maybe like, damn, what if we had like, a lot of people right now are tossing out like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for Anniversary, which I think is something that could happen, right? So maybe we'd do like a Cell Saga super class allies red zone, right? So like, maybe like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan would be a stage, instant transmission Goku, Super Vegeta, stuff like that could all be stages. And like in an instance like that, Turles would probably be a lot better. Turles' instance of RNG is if you can transform with him, fall below 80% HP, and then he has a 30% chance to transform. Turles gets real nasty when he transforms because then he stacks, right? So like you get like, 2-3 super attacks in with this guy, and then you revert back to base, and he is crazy. Turles could essentially be number 1 on this list or number 2. If you get like an early transformation, he could be pretty good, right? The HP regen, still giving all allies 3 ki after. I love that they did that, right? Prior to his EZA, he did not support at all, but they kept the ki right there. I think that's so good that they gave him that. Turles is strong. Definitely still deserves to be high up here. Next we have Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I feel like the more I use this guy, potentially the more sour I get on him. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like a lot of these characters, like if I'm gonna do this like tiered, I almost feel like most of these characters I should just line up right in the same row, right? Like you have just so much RNG with a lot of these characters. You could just like slide them. They're very interchangeable at a lot of spots. Now, this guy right here, one reason I actually do like him, I think a bit better than some of the other characters we've had so far, is there actually is a bit more consistency with him, I found, compared to other EZA TURs. He does have this right here, this extra attack and defense, depending upon how high your HP is. I've found that even when you're, at very low health, this isn't like that much. It's not like he loses like, 200k defense or something like that and becomes unrunnable. I would say the major issue for this guy currently is just the overall weakness of the GT Hero team and of Super Saiyan 4 characters. We need like a king size Super Saiyan 4 top 5 unit in the game, like Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the fight against Baby or something like that. And this guy, LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, GT Heroes can get a little bit stronger. They need a great option added to that team. A Super Saiyan 4 like king size slot 1 unit is needed, and a bunch of these characters could become a lot better. We'll see. This guy I feel like is a bit overhated. He can be very solid, right? Whereas like some of these characters, like, you could transform early with Turles and then stacking up and, oh my god, look at him with the 700k defense. How could you possibly say this other character is better? But it's like, this guy is putting out these, like, solid defense, solid attack stats, whereas, like, Turles could falter even early on in some of these tough red zone fights if he's supered, right? His defense really isn't that impressive until he transforms. Blue Vegeta could fumble as well and not get additional supers and transform, stuff like that. Again, there's a bit of a consistency to Tech Super Saiyan 4 that I like. Now, next we have Int Kid Goku. Now, I think Int Kid Goku actually is pretty good. But the thing about him that has disappointed me is he feels more of an offensive unit to me than anything else, which, I mean, I'm very on the record over and over that offensive units don't exactly get me hard and ready, right? I want the defense. Give me the spectacular defense and utility. Guard, Scouter, dodge, damage reduction, right? That's what gets your boy ready to go. Not like, oh my god, look at the triple crit, wowee! Like, yeah, awesome, man. I want to be able to take these hits, right? That's super important. Now, this Goku, again, he could do a lot of damage. I was very impressed with this guy when I was fighting Cell Max. I felt like this dude was just taking off huge chunks of health off of Cell Max. You know, the guaranteed crits under 59% HP is very good. You know, his active skill, I think, is really strong too. Just having this condition of just under 59% HP means this guy is going to be great in EZA's Battlefield, Super Battle Road. You could take a lot of damage right away, and then that boy comes out with the active skill. Seriously, like, I could think of this, again, Battlefield, EZA's, this active skill could be so crazy. Like, he's going to be helpful. He's going to be a useful character for a while. He's got the stun up here, too. This character can bring a lot to the table. I just wish he was a little bit better defensively. I feel like the defense is more important. You know, it's like all these characters could do good damage. I just really want characters to be able to take these hits. Kid Goku, you know, depending upon what happens, if, you know, you've built up a while, if your health is low, he certainly can be better defensively, but I feel like he could have been a little bit better. The other thing, too, with him, this character is very reliant on links, especially you really want that All in the Family activated for him. It really helps him out. Definitely a good character, but I don't think he's really stepping towards the top of the list here. Next is AGL Metal Cooler. AGL Metal Cooler, very similar to like Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I just feel like I know what I'm getting from AGL Metal Cooler. There's not like the huge RNG of a lot of these other characters. Metal Cooler is just very strong, right? Again, not the huge, like, he does have to get hit 5 times, but this guy's impressive. I like this guy quite a bit. I've used him in red zone fights. I've felt very confident using this character. His giant mode can potentially do some decent damage, buy you some time as well. There's not too much to talk about Metal Cooler. He's good. I would say this, literally, they give him 30% defense for one turn right here, and this guy jumps up probably to number 2 on this list, probably. It helps that he's on essentially the strongest team in the game. It's tough. I mean, I probably like Final Form Cooler's team. Well, I definitely like Final Form Cooler's team better than LR Metal Cooler's team. Final Form Cooler's team versus the Vegeta and Trunks team, I think, is a pretty decent debate. I probably would side on the Vegeta and Trunks team, but that's not something I've really put too much thought into, right? I guess the two teams are sort of doing different things, right? But whatever. Metal Cooler is a great option for that team. I like Metal Cooler quite a bit. Let's put him in. How about that? Next, we have Physical Future Gohan right here. Future Gohan hanging in there. One big thing to keep in mind with Future Gohan, though, is him being this good is pretty much assuming you're using him with LR, Vegeta, and Trunks, right? LR, Vegeta, and Trunks, best unit in the game. I am very comfortable saying that. It's like, yeah, Final Form Cooler is great, but like Vegeta and Trunks is even out on Global. Like, you guys use that Vegeta and Trunks quite a bit in these red zone fights. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Vegeta and Trunks is just a better Carnival Goku, is what that unit basically is. I find more value in Vegeta and Trunks than Final Form Cooler. Final Form Cooler, of course, is spectacular. But Vegeta and Trunks are so good and so dominant that they literally have propped 2 major characters. This guy and the DOKKANFEST Majin Vegeta. I think both characters took substantial leaps once Vegeta and Trunks was introduced into the game. So this guy can be very, very good. You build up that damage reduction, he can really take hits. I have had this guy survive super attacks from Red Zone Broly very effectively, even, without a Trunks on the team. So the character can still be good. It was Goku and Gohan's team, right? I've had this Future Gohan tank super attacks from Red Zone Broly. So it's like he is solid-ish without Trunks around, but this character, he's just quite a bit better when he's got that Trunks in the same turn. I think Future Gohan is still pretty solid. He can be very effective in a lot of fights. I like what they did with this guy. I really do. He's definitely pretty solid. All right, so next we have Namek Goku right here. So, the last list I did, I could probably pull up the tweet. People seem to be most upset at this guy's high ranking, which is fine, right? I would assume many players are not as experienced as me when it comes to going into some of these like tough content stages and trying to repeatedly like no item them with various teams and stuff like that, right? The thing about this guy is he can really save the fight. Now, he has a huge amount of RNG, like a lot of these characters, right? Number one, you got to get below 77% HP to transform starting from turn 3. That's not... Listen, this is not free. I have lost so many fights, right, where this guy in base has gotten killed on, like, turn 5. You know, physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I've had him at Super Saiyan 2 on, like, turn 10, and I've been one-shotted with him, right? Like, that can happen, right? This is not a... I wouldn't call this a bad condition, but this is certainly inconsistent, right? Even in some of these red zone fights, depending upon what happens. Once you transform, he becomes a defensive stacker and can guard. But I have won fights off of this right here. His rage mode, because, okay, see, you'll be able to pop this rage mode, you know, turn 5 under 50% HP. But the thing about Goku's rage mode is he's then a double orb changer. He changes HL key spheres to SCR key spheres, and then he changes either int, tech, or physical into rainbow key spheres. So he completely sets up the field. Depending upon the state of this guy before you activate the rage mode, he can create a bunch of STR key spheres. You do the turn, he can do pretty decent damage in this turn, and then you revert back to this guy, and then this guy's got huge defense, you pick up all the SCR orbs, and you heal a couple 100,000 HP. I've had this happen several times. I have several wins against Metal Cooler Core, which I really felt like I won because of this guy. This guy is very powerful. There definitely is a lot of RNG to him, right? Just like a lot of the characters on this list. But dude, I stand by this Goku being this high up. Absolutely, dude. This guy is good. This is a very strong character. He's got a strong link set, both in base and in Super Saiyan. He's on 1 million teams, right? He can help you out in a lot of these teams. This guy is goddamn good. Don't listen to this bullshit of oh, this guy doesn't even deserve to be on the list and that garbage. Don't listen to that shit. This dude is good. All right, I am very, very comfortable putting him at 2. Number 1, we just literally don't even have to talk about him. It's cooler, dude. What do you want me to say? Right, he's a 50% support type unit who defensive stacks, right? Like, we don't need to spend time on Cooler. We're literally just wasting time. It's just me sucking his cock, right? Like, Cooler is a god. This is very strong. It's going to be difficult for this guy to get replaced. They have to step it up, because just defensive stacking and then this support, dude, that's all you need. Like, that's it. Boom. Right? Like, this guy's a villain king. Right? Like, on all these teams, he's going to be supporting a lot of these strong villains. This guy, I feel like, is going to be around for a while, man. Defensive stacking. It's a lazy way to make characters really good, but it's very effective, right? Like, dude, yeah, just give defensive stacking to everyone. I don't care. It's good. It's very helpful. This Cooler is strong, right? He's easily number 1. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Let me take a look at this. Yep, this looks good. I'm comfortable with this. We pull this up right here. I'm actually sort of tempted to do this, I think. Would I drop int Kid Goku down as well? No. I feel like in Kid Goku, I think about that active skill of his, which is like, none of these guys have active skills, right? Like, this guy, that active skill is really interesting to me. I feel like that can do real work, Easy A, Battlefield, Super Battle Road stages, right? You know, that will allow this guy to age pretty gracefully into the future. I'm thinking I might do this. Put this guy down a tier from S, yeah. Yeah, like, I could probably even do this, right? Like, I don't really want to rank any of these characters, I don't think. You could probably get Transforming Goku in here too. Like, you could probably... Nah, I'm gonna put him back down. Something like this, yeah. Would I put Omega above Rose? I mean, you can't use Omega. What team you running Omega on, right? Like, whatever. I'll put him there. This is what I'm talking about with ECATRs. Yeah, this is like, it's like all these like so many of these guys, like STR Rose if you get that finishing blow, like, he could be a goddamn monster, STR Rose, right? Like, a good 200% leader drops, you know, that it hits Fusion Zamasu and LR Rose Goku Black and Zamasu. This guy could be good, but, you know, there's huge sort of, like, I think just, like, interchangeable pieces here with these easy ATURs. I would probably, I mean, don't take me too seriously. Yeah. Would I? No, I would put Tech VB up there. People really like Tech VB, but I mean, dude, it's just I don't know. Maybe if like fusion characters could get better, or if he had like better partners or something like that. This guy doesn't exactly. Here, watch this. Let's just pull this up real fast. I just want to look at VB's partners. Let's see. He came out relatively recently. Should be right here. Yeah. All right, let's take a look. His partners. You suck. You suck. You're good. Basically, you suck. You're okay. You're good. Right? Like, you're okay. You suck. I'm not a fan. I mean, sure, but turn 6 and beyond. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. All these characters suck. I mean, they're good. Obviously, they're very good, right? But it's like the links that they're sharing with him. It ain't key, which this guy needs. Maybe when a bunch of these, like, you know, fusion characters get better, that Tech VB could get a bit better, but as of right now, like, nah, man, he needs help. And you need a lot of RNG. Yeah, I'm comfortable with this. Top 10 easy ATURs. Let me know what you guys think. Int Kid Goku, definitely pretty good. Nice addition to the list. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot looking at this. You know, the next couple easy ATURs we might see added, you know, Physical Super Vegito, Int Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, STR Jiren, Physical Android 17. These are probably the next characters that are potentially going to be easying. Yeah, we're probably going to get into some Tournament of Power stuff, huh? Because STR Jiren is going to have to easy A. 17 might easy A with Gamma 1 and 2. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think, though. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.